After the completions of the past simple under the past tense, today I have to discuss and past progressive or the past continuous, which comes second of the entire tense pattern of the past tense. What is the past progressive? Past progressive, the making. Making means first you have to write down the be verb past simple. For be verb past simple was on where, then your main verb ends with ing. This is the past progressive. This is the making of the past progressive. First be verb past simple was where, then your main verb ends with ing morpheme. It is the making of the past progressive. First you just try to know why we call it the past progressive or continuous. We call the tense as past progressive or continuous because the action was in progress or the action was in continuity in the past. Since the action, some action was in progress, since some action was in progress or was in continuity in the past, this is the rudimentary or the fundamental things in the past. That's why we call it past progressive. So the second form of the past tense, which we better know as the past progressive or continuous, it means some action denoting some actions that already occurred or happened in the past, but before the action came to an end in the past, it was in continuity or progress in the past. And this is shown or demonstrated by this particular form, that is be verb was where plus main verb ing. This is what we call past progressive or continuous. Past progressive means the action or some action was in progress or continuity in the past. That is why it is called past progressive. Then what is the use? What so far as the use of past progressive is concerned? What does the use? Use means it refers to some longer action in the past. If some action was in progress, some longer action in the past, we know it as a past progressive. What is the longer action in the past? If I say, father asked me what I was doing. Father asked me what I was doing. So in this particular sentence, we have two clauses. Father asked me, this is the first clause. And what I was doing, this is the second clause. Remember, in the first clause, asked is the past simple, as you already know. And the second form of the tense, past tense, is called past progressive. P-R-O-G. So here past progressive means my doing certain thing was going on when father asked me. So asked past simple, this is called the shorter action. This is called the shorter action in the past. And was doing, it is the longer action in the past. So simply know, when some action continued for a longer period in the past, we show it through your past progressive. This is the example. Another example I am just going to give you. Another example, past progressive. But one thing you just remember, past progressive used for the longer action in the past. Then another example, if I say, while Smita was watching TV, her sister dash her homework. Within the bracket, number A, did, number B, was doing, number C, had done. Obviously, all the forms in the four alternatives are in the past form, and number 4, past perfect progressive, that is had been doing. So, what will be our best option? While Smita was watching. Obviously, was watching is the past progressive. While Smita was watching TV, that means Smita's watching TV continued for a longer time in the past. So while Smita was watching TV, what was her sister doing? Her sister dashed her homework. So what is the past progressive? Was doing. Was doing is the answer, because when Smita's watching TV was going on, her sister's doing the homework was still going on at that time. So both the actions simply took for a longer period of time in the past. So watching is the past progressive, being the longer action. Another long action being done by her sister was doing. That was also longer action. So you simply remember, whether there is a longer action in the past, you always use past progressive. So this is the past progressive. Obviously, so far my knowledge goes, only one rule is there for the use of the past progressive, that is for the longer action in the past. But one important thing you have to remember, in the past, certain types of certain verbs are there which are purely called non-progressive verb, which I have already told you as the non-progressive verbs in the present simple. So similarly, certain non-progressive verbs are there which can be used as the past simple. Particularly in correction of errors, in a detection of errors, such type of verbs will be extremely helpful to you. If I say, why are you hitting me? Why are you hitting me? Suppose this particular sentence is there. Why were you hitting me? First you try to know in which part of the sentence we have the error. Actually the error lies particularly in the use of tense. Here we are hitting, which is used in the past progressive. Actually this is a serious mistake here. Because when we hate from the mind. So hate is the mind related verb. So when the verbs they come from the mind or from the exercise of mind, never use ing with such type of verbs. Rather, you please jump down to your past simple. So this is the incorrect sentence. That is, I just put the cross mark. Now, how we have to make the sentence correct? The sentence should be, where did you? Why did you? Why? It should not be where. Why? Why did you hate me? So past progressive now is changed into or replaced by past simple. This is called past simple. Because hate is the verb that is related to mental activity, never takes ing with it. So that is why your hating is replaced by past simple in the interrogative, that is called did hate. Another example, also non-progressive verb. Another example I am just going to give you. You just remember these particular types of the verbs. Suppose I say, he was needing somebody's help. He was needing somebody's help. The sentence is incorrect or inappropriate. That means grammatically unacceptable. He was needing somebody's help. Remember, when somebody's need, this particular main verb need never takes with ing. That is why we have the mistake here. That means was needing should be replaced by past simple. What will be the past simple and how can the incorrect sentence be made correct? Answer is, he needed somebody's help, not needing. He needed somebody's help. The answer is correct. He needed somebody's help. Because need never takes ing. That is why this ing past progressive should be replaced by the past simple, that is called needed. So the lots of verbs are there which your past progressive forms should be changed into simple past form, because these verbs never take ing. Non-progressive means verbs without ing. That means when the verbs don't take ing, these verbs are called non-progressive. Particularly remember such type of verbs which are purely non-progressive, just like see, just like hear, just like hate. Another verb is taste, another verb is smell, another verb is forget, another verb is need or require, require. Your another verb is appear or seem, appear versus seem. Next verb is prefer or like or love or intend or desire. Your next verb is a promise, simply request, simply know, believe. Another verb is your remember, etc. So these verbs never take ing. That is why these verbs are called non-progressive verbs or verbs without ing. Even if you find such type of verbs with the ing, you have to better change these verbs into their past simple form or present simple form as you think necessary in such type of sentences. So before I conclude my lessons today, I am just giving you 5 important questions, particularly on the use of a past simple and a past progressive, basically on the correction of errors. So here I am giving you 5 important questions on the corrections of error. In the next class, I will explain all these types of things, how you have to find out the errors from such type of sentences, and how you have to make the sentences correct. Suppose the question number 1. Suppose if I say, he was appearing disturbed. He was appearing disturbed. Correct the errors. So now, finding errors or correcting errors. Finding errors. This is the important things that you have to do. Question number 2. If I say, suppose father was forgetting everything. Father was forgetting everything. Number 3, the child was resembling. What do you mean by resemble? Resemble means looking alike. Resembling means looking alike. The child was resembling his grandmother or grandfather. Number 4, you were promising me some help. HELP. Example number 5, they were not requesting for some advice. So today I said you these 5 important questions. In these 5 important questions, you have the non-progressive verbs which have unfortunately been added with ing. Your task is to simply remove the ing from these types of verbs and make these verbs into past simple. So our past progressive is over. In the next class, I will tell you in detail about the third form of the past tense, that is called past perfect. With this, I just come to an end, and for more information, you please subscribe my channel and go to English channel.